Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Dorian here, and this is MLG Providence Online Qualifiers Round 2, Game 2. I was watching a few of the qualifiers that CLG recorded, and this one was probably the best out of all of them. Most of them are really one-sided. This one, I'm sure most of them are going to be one-sided when you get pro teams against, I guess you call them amateur teams. But I wanted to get some pro commentary out there, so without any further ado, we'll just kind of jump right into it. And this will be as Bigfatlp, or Bigfatlp POV. So for this game here, this game will be played on the tournament realm. And right now, the lanes are Corki and Sona. And Sona is being played by a Lilac, and he is subbing for Elements, as I think Elements is currently on vacation, actually. In middle, they have Chowster playing Xerath. In the jungle, they have St. Vicious playing Udyr. And top, they have Hotshot GG trying out something new, something different. He's trying out his GP. It doesn't look like it's a very good start for Hotshot GG as he gets first-blooded by the enemy Nasus. This game here, like I said, is Game 2 in Round 2 of MLG Providence Online Qualifiers. The team that they're playing against, PR, is For Real. Kind of a relatively unknown team, but the beauty of what MLG did, even though a lot of people kind of disagree with the way that it was made, is that they had open qualifiers for anybody, first come, first serve. So other teams that want to be professional or kind of want to get their names out there, this was the best way for them to do that. So right now, CS-wise, it looks like Corki, Bigfatlp, is doing a pretty good job. The only thing about this lane that they have right now is that Corki and Sona are going to be more of like a sustain and a passive lane where they can farm, as well as Corki still has the option to Valkyrie out and to kind of be safe, more so than some other kind of AD carries. And then you've got PR, and they've got the really offensive bottom lane with the Blitzcrank and the Tristana. So realistically, what's going to happen is they both have pretty different plans, pretty backwards plans. They're going to want to try a PR that is going to try to get as offensive as they can and stay as aggressive as they can. And CLG is probably just going to try and play the sustain, waiting game, and poke every now and then. So the only problem that they really have is just worrying about the Blitzcrank hooks. And it looks like Hotshot is getting ganked again, 4 minutes and 35 minutes into the game. And St. Vicious looks like he jumped in there to save him, but right now as we're watching the Bigfatlp POV, we can't really see what's going on up there, which is unfortunate. At some point in the future here, I'm going to try and get a test realm account so I can cast some games, as many as I can. But we missed St. Vicious picking up a kill there on the enemy jungler. So right now the score is 2-1 for PR. So for this team comp, the one thing that I really like about it is that they're really starting to gradually get Xerath more and more play. And the good thing about all these teams and wanting to become professional and stay on the highest level of play is that people like Chowster and Bigfatlp can swallow their pride and play other heroes and switch lanes even, which is something that Bigfatlp and Chowster did, obviously. And Chowster picking up Xerath is obviously kind of a no-brainer when you put a hero that's that strong with a stun that long in the hands of somebody that is being paid to play this game. You kind of get scary results, and you can see kind of the work that Chowster's put into playing the Xerath, because I don't know if he was necessarily playing bad at first, but you can definitely see, as he gets the kill right there, that he's definitely put in the work to the hero. So it isn't just random dumb luck that these guys are one of the best teams in North America or the world even. It's that they do practice a lot, and they do scrim more than ever right now. You'll notice that if you were watching this on stream, this when it was live, that they scrimmed and they practiced almost all day long, even without elements. So if that's something that you're trying to do, you're trying to build yourself as a team, and you're trying to get your skills up, the only thing you want to do that you can do is try and scrim against other teams that are trying to do the same thing as you, and just play some ranked fives. Because if that's the kind of environment that you want to be playing in, you kind of want to get as much information as experience under your belt as you possibly can. And right now, after that last kill that Chaucer just picked up, the score is tied at 2-2. There's been no move at Dragon. Bottom hasn't been ganked yet by either team, as far as I can remember, and I don't think a single grab has been landed. So right now, as far as the Tristana and Blitzcrank aggressive lane strategy that they're probably trying to kind of get going is not working, just because of the way that Corki and Sona kind of they kind of counter it, actually, because Corki, like I said earlier, can just Valkyrie out and keep himself safe at any given point, and Sona doesn't ever really need to be in battle, so she can just stay as far back as she can, and even if they do get hooked, Sona can just E and get the speed bonus and get out of there nice and quick. The good thing that I like about the lane for CLG is that the burst at level 5 and 6 is just huge. If you were playing a game where First Blood hadn't been given all the way up until 6 minutes, it's a pretty strong lane to get First Blood in, even on a Blitzcrank with his mana shield, and even on a Tristana with a jump. The amount of burst that you're going to get on these gank attempts, I guess that you want to call them, if a gank did come, could be just gross. Even though recently, like the last time, a couple patches, I'm pretty sure it was about 3 or 4 patches ago, Corki got a minor nerf and a little bit of a rework to his Gatling gun. But the true damage on his passive is still a nice little benefit. The range on most of his spells is pretty significant as well, too. Right now, he's sitting at 1,800 gold. He's going to go back and buy his first item here. And he opts to go with the Sheen first. And that whole time that he was down there, he had he had some healing potions. And he didn't even have to use them at all once the whole time. So I think the one cool thing about most of these pro teams is that they all have like a secondary sub that they can use. And I remember before, oh, there we go. There's the first hook of the game. Oh, nice flash. So Bigfatlp gets grabbed and instantly twitches out, flashes, and then Valkyrie's right after it. Should have been a sure kill for PR, but luckily the reaction time on Bigfatlp is better than that of the other team, I guess. So we got the first gank finally after 9 minutes of play. And you know what's funny thing? That guy, a Lilac, or a Sublac, if you want to call him, whatever you want to call him for this game, had that bush warded for almost the entire game, and it must have ran out literally seconds before that. So, oh, here we go. We got a gank going on up top. Zerath coming in. Yeah, see? Jouster, he's doing big things on Zerath these days. But that's just the thing. That kind of will tell you. These guys are pro gamers, and yes, they are good at this game, but they are good at this game not for just no reason. Nice play on Bigfatlp there, picking up a kill when he knew he was probably going to die anyways. True man style, I imagine he was probably saying that when the stream was gone. I actually muted the chat, or their audio for this. But I imagine at some point during that he was talking about how much of a true man he was. So it looks like Bigfatlp is opting to go with the Trinity Force build, which is definitely not a bad build, especially given the options. You can go with a bunch of other things that will give you higher base damage on your auto attacks. But I think for most people that have played Corki a lot of times, you'll understand that Corki's damage is a little bit more bursty than it is sustain. Sure that you can go with the Bloodthirster and the Infinity Edge, but getting the Trinity Force for all three of his spells that he can activate at pretty much any given time with very short cooldowns really makes the Sheen benefit pretty huge. So I like the build. I like that he does go for the Trinity Force as one of my favorite builds for Corki, and probably the one that I like to use the most. We see that Hotshot GG playing on a different name there for this game picks up a kill in the middle there. And right now it looks as if the teams are going for the first dragon. And this is something that you're going to see a lot more of lately, as it sounds like people are taking the first couple dragons in the game a lot more seriously, as can end the game rather soon. And you'll notice that all 5 of them were there this time, and that's something that you'll never see in a solo queue game. That's something that you'll even rarely see in a tournament game sometimes, because it'll usually be 4 people are there, or 3 people are around the area. Oh, Bigfatlp gets silenced and grabbed. Valkyrie's over the wall. Oh, it dies to the Ignite and the Tristana E. St. Vicious and the Lilac picking up a kill there. We got St. Vicious down here trying to pick up the Blitzcrank. One more auto attack. He finally picks it up. St. Vicious needs to be careful here. He's got the Oracles. He probably doesn't want to lose it right now. But he's got 4 teammates coming to help him. Let's see here. See, it's Jouster taking the tower damage there. And it looks like only Bigfatlp died, and they got 3 kills for it. So I guess that's definitely a nice fight for CLG. At one point, the game, I think, was tied 3-3, and now the score is 9-4, and they're up a turret and a dragon. So they got top turret, and they have dragon. So at this point, since there's no observer mode, you could probably say that we're up about 2,000 to 2,500 gold, I'm assuming at this point, just based off of kills, first blood, all that kind of stuff. So right now, I'm pretty sure on Skype or through whatever program they use, I think it's Vent, they probably communicated to Bigfatlp that he could go and push top. At this point, there's probably a big minion wave that they didn't want anybody to, or they didn't want anybody to miss it. That's the one thing about all these pro players, though. When they're playing in solo queue, they have the tendency to play what they're most comfortable with, and what, not only that, but they can play things that are just, fun for them as well, too. So the good thing, when they do practice, it kind of gives them a benefit to learn other lanes as well, too, when you're doing the solo queue. So that's something that you could do as well, too, if you want to kind of build up your repertoire of things for gaming or things for becoming a better League of Legends player. Jouster picking up another kill. So I think at this point, Jouster is, 4-0. Next time we see a tab, I'll pause the video and we'll try and see what the scoreboard looks like as far as CS goes for 15 minutes into the game. So there we go. CLG has picked up its second turret of the game, so it puts them even farther ahead gold-wise. And looks like they're gathering up here in the enemy jungle at the bottom there. That's a good thing to do when you're ahead and you have enemy turrets down. Easiest thing that you could do is go into the enemy jungle and just start taking their buffs. Because not only is it going to help your advantage, but it's going to